I am Serdar. This is Ziad. We are pure spinach, and we sell the best spinach in the world. By the best, we mean a better tasting spinach that is locally grown, available year-round, pesticide-free, and ultra-fresh. So fresh that it can be on your plate in less than 24 hours after harvest. Meet Olivia. She's our early adopter. She's a mother of two living in New York, and she does not compromise on the quality of food that she brings home. Also, she diligently searches for brands that always meet her expectations. Currently, Olivia has a problem. Spinach is her favorite green. However, she can only get it at the farmer's market a few months a year, in bulk, and is unbranded, inconsistent in quality, and exposed to contaminants. Or when she chooses to go to the supermarket to buy packaged spinach, she finds that it's imported from the West Coast and not as fresh, it tastes bland, and is triple washed in a chlorine solution. The answer to Olivia's problem is hydroponic local spinach. A.T. Kearney states that local produce demand in the US is currently $12 billion annually and is growing at 9%. Spinach is taking the spotlight as it's showing the highest consumption growth among all vegetables in the US for the past 3 years. And total fresh spinach sales has reached $2.2 billion annually. Now, you might be wondering why hydroponic spinach does not exist. Greenhouse farmers who are trying to grow baby spinach are facing many complications, one of which is a root disease that kills their entire crop. However, by making 3 key improvements to the conventional hydroponic method, we are able to eliminate all of these issues, thereby allowing us to grow the best spinach in the world. We're also developing a hardware solution that will enable the scalability of this method so that any greenhouse can start growing the crop in a plug-and-play manner. And our method beats traditional methods by many metrics. We get 100 times the produce yield per square foot by using 90% less water than field farming operations. We have less than half the crop cycle and can deliver in less than a day, where imported spinach takes at least 6. Our local distribution reduces carbon footprint, and our method yields 0 agricultural runoff.
And simply, our product tastes better, as evidenced by a blind taste test we conducted, where 62% of the respondents preferred pure spinach over the best field-grown alternative, noting specifically pure spinach's flavor, texture, and sweetness. And that was perfectly summed by the following quote: "This is what spinach should taste like, but that is what we're used to eating." However, that won't be the case much longer with the implementation of our simple business plan. Pure Spinach will provide the know-how to greenhouses, which will allow them to successfully grow hydroponic spinach. In turn, they will sell their product to us at a fixed price, and through our partner network, we will distribute to premium retailers that cater to our end user. Pure Spinach will be priced at $3.99 for a 5-ounce box, which is in line with pricing for other leafy greens. As well, Pure Spinach will benefit other players in the value chain. For example, take Jim, a greenhouse operator in Long Island. Jim's main objective is to increase revenues, and that is accomplished through the sale of profitable crops at secure and stable pricing with successful channels and successful marketing. On the other hand, take Kelly. Kelly's a produce buyer for Whole Foods. What's her objective? Her objective is to enhance the product offerings at her store, and that is accomplished through the sale of local produce at consistent and constant volumes, and while dealing with reliable and few suppliers. We are currently targeting the 4 retailers that meet our target consumers' needs. All it took for Whole Foods, Wegmans, and Fresh Direct to indicate their interest in carrying our product was a single tasting of Pure Spinach. As we're currently starting our commercial scale production in Ithaca, we're scheduling to start our pilot at Wegmans in early 2017. And this is the team that's going to make it happen. In addition to Serdar and myself, we have Neil Matson, a Cornell professor who's the leading authority in controlled environment agriculture. As well, we have a plant scientist, a mechanical engineer, and a supply chain specialist. And together, we were defining fresh. We will leave it up to you to decide when you try our product downstairs during lunch. Thank you.
Question, what's your marketing strategy to approach the companies and customers? So you've already approached Wegmans up in Ithaca. So what's your approach for the rest of the retail market as well as customers?
We find that because we have a very distinct and desired product, it's easy for us to approach and talk to retailers. Thus, just making initial contact with Wegmans, Fresh Direct, and Whole Foods was enough to get us a meeting and then have them taste the spinach and tell us that, you know, when we have supply, they want to try it on their shelves. But coming to consumers, we want to start from the retail store floor, and we want people to taste it and see how it's different, and then understand all the benefits that sort of come with that taste difference. And so our marketing approach for the consumers will be trying to get as many people tasting it in the supermarket so they know which product to pick and why.
Why did you start with spinach, and what other crops do you plan to tackle after spinach?
Currently, we're not looking at any other crop because we know that spinach is America's favorite leafy green. And there is a big gap in the market for spinach because people who are looking for local, fresh, and healthy can't find what they're looking for. And this is especially prevalent in the Northeast, you know, where we are, where year-round available spinach is just not there. And by addressing that problem and building a brand on, you know, on top of this problem, then we can think about expanding to other crops, but not before we conquer spinach.
So what sets you apart from potential competitors?
Our potential competitors are other hydroponic greenhouse owners who might want to grow spinach, seeing that it will have higher margins than other crops. But what differentiates us is that we are developing the know-how to do so. Spinach is a sensitive crop, and as I've mentioned, it has many issues if you try to do it with conventional hydroponic methods, and people who are trying have always failed. But our method yields sustainable product, and we are going to have the control of distribution with that technology.
On the greenhouse, on the operation side or the production side, do you plan on owning and operating your own greenhouses, or are you going to sign up other operators who will then use your technology?
We want to sign other operators who already have greenhouses and who are already established in the industry. They know how to do and what to do. They just need our support for the know-how and the technology for them to switch to spinach as opposed to the other crops they're growing now.
I think that's all we have time for.
Thank you.